So welcome to Hatha Vinyasa Flow. My name's Amy Sullivan, and it is my great honor and pleasure to be with you today. And I thought we would ease on back into our flow, kind of like a real focusing in on the ease, the flow of weekend, of getting into our bodies, of just reacquainting ourselves with some gentle twists, some movement, some flow. So that's kind of our journey for today. And we will start seated in a nice easy pose. So cross-legged's great if that works for you. If you want to sit in a chair, that's cool too. Just find grounding. So settle in with even distribution of your sit bones. And then as you press down through your seat, rise up and lengthen through your spine. And then gently pull your chin a little bit down and back. So you lengthen through the back of your neck. Option to soften your gaze. Or perhaps you close your eyes for a moment, just to give yourself that opportunity to really settle in, come onto your mat fully and completely. And just take a moment to feel in, physically, your body resting on the earth. The gentle rise and fall of your breath. The places of your body rooting into the mat and that gentle lifting and support that the mat gives you from below. Let ease come into your breath. Let ease come as you lengthen and lift through your spine. Let your thoughts easily breeze on through your mind. And on your next inhale, give it a little bit more intention and depth. Inhale deep down into the base of your belly, and then let that breath expand out and grow. Expanding through your belly, your chest, lifting through your chest. Big open mouth exhale, let it escape. One more time, nice, deep, expansive breath. And a nice big exhale, let it escape back down. Beautiful. And then from here, your eyes are closed. You're welcome to flutter them open. And we'll just start with a nice big inhale, arms lift up. Root down again with your sit bones as you stretch your fingertips up towards the sky, palms facing inward. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, gentle drop your right hand down, left hand comes up for a gentle side bend over to the right. Recommit that pressing down of your left sit bone to find length through the left side of your body. And let's rise back up. Inhale, find your center, stretch your fingertips up high, root down with your sit bones. Exhale, side bend over to the left. So right fingertips stretch long towards this end of your mat. Maybe you press down a little bit more with your left hand into the earth. And then rise back to center, inhale. Let's find a little flow as you exhale, send your left fingertips over, a little side bend to the right. And then come right back up on your inhale, stretch your fingertips tall. Exhale, head to the other direction. Rotate your right shoulder back to square your shoulders frontward towards your knees. And come back to center, inhale, stretch. Let's do one more each side. Exhale, reach your left fingertips long, opening through your ribs. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, stretch to your left with your right fingertips. Come back to center once again, rise up. Exhale, let your hands come resting down on your knees. And from here, we'll just do a little bit of a hip grind. So as you press your head forward, do a nice big fold at your hip creases, and then roll around and make a C curve with your spine, and then come around through the center. So make this nice big exaggerated twist. And use your knees as leverage here so that you can get a little more deep into your hips. So rooting down with your sit bones the whole time, really open into your pelvic area, your lower spine. Let your inhale occur as you come forward, your exhale as you descend back. And then slow your rhythm down here and head to the other direction. So whatever side you were spinning on, spin in the opposite direction, same action. That nice rounding of your spine as you come back. Come forward, just easing into the base of your vertebrae to help warm things up. How could you find a little bit more ease as we flow today? Maybe that's your breath. Maybe it is you're relaxing any muscles you don't need to use. Come back to that concept as we flow. Come back to the center here. Still your body. And then hands still on your knees. As you inhale, bring your shoulders up to your earlobes. Stretch and squeeze through your shoulders. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, bring them up. Shrug, nice and tight. Exhale, let them release. One more time. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, drop them down. And then inhale, stretch your arms out to the sides, nice and wide. As you exhale, draw your right hand across your body and then bring your left arm under it just to use it as a guide to help press your right arm a little bit more flush with your chest. And you can gently draw your right shoulder back to the right to open. That feels okay in your body. Just getting a little back of the shoulder blades stretch in here. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release your arms down, and then inhale, stretch it out. Other side, draw your left arm across and use your right arm as a guide to help ease that arm closer to your heart. Try not to be pressing right on the elbow. Maybe you're on your upper arm or your forearm, whatever feels good. And then take a nice big breath into your back body here. Let it go. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, release your hands down and wiggle those shoulders out one more time. We'll end with our neck in this position. So inhale here. As you exhale, drop your chin towards the center of your chest and start to draw a line with your chin up along your right sternum so that your right ear eventually comes to your right shoulder. And then bring it all the way around. Back to center. Do a few in each direction. Let it go slow, let it go easy. As you bring your head around the back, imagine there's a string on your nose, pulling your nose up so you make space and you're lifting as you roll. After you've done a few on the right, head to the left. Change directions. Go nice and easy and mellow. You're welcome to pause and linger. Notice it might feel different on one side than the other. That is okay. Yoga is a great opportunity to become a little bit more deeply acquainted with our subtle aspects of our body that change from day to day. And when you've done a few on this side in both directions, bring your head back to center. Take one more inhale here, grow nice and tall. Exhale, let it go. And come onto tabletop here, hands and knees. So align your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, feet hips width apart, and then gently draw your wrist creases back towards your knee to feel your abs engage. From here, let's do some cat-cows. Warm up that spine a little more. Inhale, cow. Drop your belly down as your hips rise high and your heart shines forward. Lift your chin. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis, and root your hands down to spread your shoulder blades wide apart. And then find a little flow here. Inhale, cow. Belly down, heart up, bum up. Exhale, cat. Tuck and round. Let that rhythm come to you. Just do a few on your own. Maybe that means a little faster for you today. Maybe it means a little bit more slow and deliberate. You decide what feels good, just warming up the spine. And we'll meet back in the center in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to your nice neutral tabletop here. Root into your left hand, both your knees, pull your abs up towards your spine. Inhale, bring your right arm high, shine your heart out to the right. As you exhale, bend your elbow, bring your hand behind your head. So from here, can you rotate your right shoulder back as you press into your hand on the ground and squeeze your shoulder blades together? Feel a little opening through your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, twist, and bring your right elbow down to meet your left elbow. So find a little twist and a rounding. Keep your right hand behind your head. Inhale, rise back up. Root into your knees and your hand for support. Pull your abs in. Exhale, twist down. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale as you rise and open through your heart, a little ringing out along your spine. Exhale, bring it in, crunch your abs in, feel a warming of your torso as you open and twist. Inhale up. Exhale, come back down. And one more time, inhale, rise up, and release your hand and stretch your right fingertips to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Weave your right hand through the hole between your left hand and your leg and drop your right shoulder down to the mat. Keep your hips lifted, and maybe your right cheek can rest down on the earth here. And you can use your left hand pressing on the earth to help twist your heart open to the left side of your space, or maybe you bring your arm up and over. Find a little wrap. Enhance that twist. Keep rooting evenly into right and left knee. Take one more inhale here. Unwind your bind if you have one. As you exhale, press your left hand into the earth. Inhale, rise back up, untwist. Lift your right fingertips up high one more time. Exhale, come back to your center line, your tabletop. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Wag that tail for some even distribution of weight back into your spine. And then we'll do the other side. Inhale, left arm lifts high. Shine your heart out, stretch your fingertips high, press into your right hand, bring your left hand behind your head. So now your elbow reaches towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, left elbow meets right elbow, twist and round. Let's make a little flow here. Inhale, rise up and stretch. Open with your heart, press into your right hand. Exhale, come down, crunch. Beautiful. Inhale, back up. Exhale, crunch down. We'll do one more in our flow. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, crunch it down. Inhale, come back up to open your heart. Stretch your left fingertips up high. Exhale, weave on through. Left fingertip comes down. Left shoulder meets the earth. Keep your hips lifted. And then use your right hand to press and maybe enhance that twist or find that bind. Bend your right elbow and let it wrap your back. Feels good. Just option leg. Pretzel. Can you find a little ease? Open and twist. Take one more big inhale here. Unwind your bind. Exhale, bring your right hand down to the earth if it's not there already. And then inhale, rise back up one last time. Left fingertips reach the sky. Left heart shines outward. Exhale, back to your tabletop, back to center. Beautiful. Bring your toes together and walk your knees a little bit wider apart. Take an inhale here and then exhale, sink your hips back. Find child's pose. Hips over your heels, toes together. And then walk your fingertips forward so that your heart can start to melt down towards the mat. Maybe your forehead reaches down. And if it's a little early or your knees are just not excited about your hips being completely over, that's okay. Maybe your hips stay up a little bit higher today, or you could put a cushion between your knees and your hips. Whatever feels good to you. And from here, return your focus back to your breath. Seal your lips together and start to bring your breath in and out evenly through your nose, allowing a little heat and constriction to build in the back of your throat as you breathe in. Your yogic breath, your ujjayi, your heat and focus building breath. And you can keep this breath throughout our time together, or you can release it anytime it's no longer serving you. Breathing in, breathing out. A little fogging of the mirror noise happening in the back of your throat. Press down into your hands. Inhale, rise back up to your tabletop. Separate your feet. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Tuck your toes. Pull your abs in. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips. First down dog of class, and maybe the first one of your day, first one of my day. So bend and straighten your knees, give a little pedal to your feet, your legs. Maybe you shift your hips from side to side. Let any pops and cracks happen. I'm feeling some pops and cracks this morning. Send a little bit more weight towards the ball mound of your pointer finger and thumb to protect your wrists. Rotate your armpits towards each other and send your heart towards your thighs. Focus more on the lift and lengthening of your spine than the flattening of your heels to the earth. You can keep your knees as bent as you need to. Come to a place of stillness here, friends. And then inhale, rise up on your toes, gaze forward between your thumbs. Exhale, find a forward fold. Nice big steps. Going slow at first. Keep your feet hips width here and bend your knees a lot. So maybe you even rest your chest on your thighs. I like to do that for at least the first round.
to take some of the weight out of the hamstrings and take a little more release into the spine. Grab onto opposite elbows. And then if it feels all right to you, maybe you sway side to side, gently nod your head yes and no. Just allow for a little more ease and decompression of your vertebrae. And then release your hands on down, find some stillness if you're swaying. Heel toe your feet towards each other. Press into your feet, tuck your tailbone under, and curl on up to standing. Nice and slow and steady. Come up to the top of your space, roll your shoulders back and down, and find a nice stance of attention. So I'm just gonna turn so you can see me. You're staying facing towards the top of your space. Your options today, at any day, toes together, heels gently apart, but legs pretty much zippered up. If that feels good, stay there. Root into your feet, rise up. If you want a little more stability, simply walk your feet out to hips width, and then same action. Root down to rise up. Tuck your tailbone down. Lift your heart high, pull your abs in like a corset to your spine. Bring your hands down by your sides, palms facing forward, and we will flow a little Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose, stretch your fingertips up high, spin your pinky fingers forward as you pause here and just breathe easy. Let your shoulders melt down a little bit more away from your ears. Take one more inhale here, stretch your fingertips high. Exhale, open, twist to the right. So draw your right arm back, left arm forward. Spin your heart out to the right as you point your hip points towards the front of your space. Come back to center here, friends. Inhale, mountain pose. Rise up with your fingers. Exhale, twist it left. Left arm descends back, right arm comes forward, and then stretch your fingertips front to back as you ring out right along your spine. Kiss your shoulder blades together to open through your heart. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, micro back bend. Cactus your arms out. And drop your tailbone down so your heart can lift higher. Kiss your shoulder blades together as you gaze upward towards the sky. Inhale, stretch up high, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips and bend your knees as much as serves you as you come forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your legs and pause here for a moment. So the tendency is to round through your spine, but what if you played around with pressing your legs or pressing your hands into your legs to pull the crown of your head forward and lengthen through your back. And keep a little bend in your knees. Take an inhale here. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms and then step your left leg all the way back. Rock forward and back, just warm up through your hips. Beautiful, Donald. And then come back to stillness here. Let your back knee come on down to the earth. Untuck your toes and inhale, find your crescent moon. So as you rise up here, find your foundation. So the foundation is your back, the back of your shin, and then heel on the front side. Tuck your tailbone down to lift your hip points. Hug your abs in and lengthen through your spine. And then bring your arms up. Point your pinky fingers forward so that your palms of your hands frame your head. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, half split. So swim your arms back and down, shift your hips back and start to lengthen through the front of your leg. So this could be a little bit tough on a tight hamstring, which mine are feeling a little bit tough today. So let's do some options. If you have a block or a cushion or anything, you could put a cushion behind your back knee or something underneath your hands on either side to just give you a little bit lift and leverage. The other option, you could put blocks on either side or something block-like a book, or you could bring your hands to your hips and keep hugging your thighs together and keep a micro bend or a big bend in your front knee. Flex through your right foot. Hinge from your hips and pull your heart forward as your hips come back. Inhale here. Exhale, sink your heart a little bit lower, closer to your thigh. Maybe it only goes 1 millimeter, and that's just perfect. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, shift your hips forward. Find that low lunge once again. Bring your hands to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes under and lift your back knee. So you have the full lifted lunge. Beautiful job. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, high plank. Step your right foot back. And so today, maybe being up on your knee or off your knees is great. Maybe it serves you to be down on your knees. Either way, press into your hands to ignite your chest and wrap your abs up towards your spine. Roll your inner thighs up towards the ceiling to find that lift through your whole body. Take one more inhale as you pull an inch forward. As you exhale, come halfway down. Point your elbows back and hug them in towards your body.
Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull your heart forward, draw your hands back, press the tops of your feet into the earth to lift your thighs. Gaze up. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, maybe come to your knees first. Maybe you go through tabletop. This is one version right here. And then pause here in this down dog. Come back to noticing your breath. Are you still with your yogic breath? Are you still breathing evenly in and out through your nose? If perhaps that has changed, does it serve you to come back to that yogic breath? Center back in. Where can you find a little more ease in this stance? Perhaps you bend your knees a little bit more. Perhaps you kiss your heart towards your thighs, broadening through your sit bones. On your next inhale, come up to the balls of your feet and gaze forward between your thumbs. Bend your knees a lot. Exhale, forward fold. Travel to the top of your space. Maybe you step, maybe you hop. I'm gonna step today. I need a little bit more ease. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull your head forward, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise back up, find your mountain pose, stretch your fingertips high, drop your tailbone down to lift your heart. Exhale, open twist, right arm back, left arm forward. We've been here before, we're gonna flow it. Inhale, mountain pose, stretch back up. Exhale, open twist to the left, left arm back, right fingertips forward. Inhale, come back through the center, find that mountain pose, stretch up high. Exhale, little micro back bend, heart lifts as your tailbone comes down, cactus your arms out. Inhale, find your mountain, grow tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, low lunge. This time your right leg comes back. Stretch and rock forward and back, just to start the party. Ease on into it. Notice any differences. I notice my left hamstring's much tighter than my right today, just something to acknowledge. And then come back to stillness here and gently let your right knee come down to the mat and tuck your toes and inhale, find your crescent moon. So find your stance first on your legs, hug your outer hips in for that support. So your strong, tall unit grounding down so that you can lengthen through your spine and then bring your arms up. Find that beautiful reach towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, find your half split. So shift your hips back, plant your fingertips or your palms down towards the mat or on blocks, flex through your front toes. And you can windshield wiper your front leg, bend through your front knee, gently draw your left hip back and right hip forward to find a little deeper stretch. Inhale, halfway lift here, pull the crown of your head forward, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, sink it down, hinge from your hips 1 millimeter closer. Breathe into this stretch here, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Walk your hands forward to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes and lift your knee. Plant your palms firmly down. Inhale, high plank. Step your left leg back. So again, I did knees last time, so I'll do toes this time. Wrap your elbows back as you press into your hands. Inhale, come an inch forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Point your elbows back. Shine your nose forward. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can come to your knees at any time for these. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Use your abs to lift your hips high. Take a few breaths here just to reset your body. Nice big inhale. Maybe an open mouth exhale here. Release a little heat. Release something. Let something go. And then see your lips come back together. Come back to your yogic breath, Ujjayi. On your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees as you look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step, hop, float, fly to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. New pose, friends. Inhale, find your chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips back like you're about to sit down in a chair. Pause here for a moment. So looking at your side view, send a little more weight towards your heels to activate your hamstrings and feel your glutes squeeze as your thighs come together. You could even stick a block between your thighs or a cushion to really feel the action of your thighs hugging. Drop your hips back so you can lift your heart. Wrap your abs in. Inhale here. Gorgeous. Find that open twist with your arms. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward. Still shine your hips forward. Continue to squeeze those thighs towards each other, root into your heels. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center.
Exhale, forward fold. Let your heart lead the way and then start to straighten through your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, friends, exhale, high plank to low plank. So maybe you stay on your toes or your knees, find that space of an inch forward, and then exhale, halfway down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. So always layers. So you're staying in your down dog here for a moment. Your options will always be to come to your knees. You can go through your vinyasa on your knees, your upward facing dog. You could take your downward facing dog through tabletop, or maybe you skip all of that nonsense and you go straight to downward facing dog, whatever serves you. And then from here, friends, downward facing dog is our meeting place. Inhale your right leg high up to the sky, 3-leg dog. Pause here for a moment and flex through your right toes to turn and activate your right quadricep. Square your hips off towards the ground by rotating your right pinky toe downward. Take an inhale here. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right leg through. Immediately drop your back knee down. Untuck your toes. Inhale. Find your crescent moon. We've been here before, yeah? We're gonna change it up just a little bit. Tuck your back toes under. Hug your thighs together. Inhale here. Exhale, crescent pose with airplane arms. So press into your right heel, the ball of your back foot, and then swim your arms back as your heart comes forward. Gently pull your right hip back, left hip forward, and squeeze your thighs together. Grow tall through your spine as you squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back. Beautiful. Inhale, find your warrior 2. Windmill your left arm forward and then all the way back around, sink down into your right knee. I'm gonna spin around so you can see my face. Root into the heel of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot to find your grounding of your legs here. A little squeeze of both your glutes to open through your hips. And then bring your arms out to each side, gaze over your right fingertips. Gorgeous. Take another big inhale here and sink down 1 more inch. Exhale, extended side angle. So reach forward as you hinge from your hips towards the right and drop your right arm down to your right leg. Bring your left arms up. So lots of options here, but start with your feet. Find that grounding front foot and back foot. And then your lower arm can rest on the inside of your right thigh and help to press into that right thigh to get a bigger hip opener. Your left hand can reach up. It can reach forward. Find a little more side extension stretch, or maybe you want a little bind. You spin your thumb towards the back of the wall, bend your elbow, slide the back of your hand down your back, and you'll find a spot that serves you. This is getting a little bit more into that pretzel-y area, so if it feels good, great. But our focus today is ease. And maybe this doesn't serve you. Maybe you want a deeper stretch. Beautiful. If you are bound with your left arm, bring it back up. Inhale, reverse your triangle, rise up. Swap your arms and straighten through your front leg. Shift the weight to the ball of your front foot. Take 1 more inhale here. And then exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. So plant both your palms, spin your back toes forward so everything faces towards the front of your mat. Step your right foot back, and maybe come right back to downward facing dog. Or you find that vinyasa to get there, or some variation that serves you. I'm spinning myself around. When you find your downward facing dog, reset with a few breaths. We'll do the other side. Settle back in. Where can you find a little bit more ease? Ground through your feet and your hands to find lift through your tailbone and your spine. On your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet and gaze between your thumbs. Exhale, find your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, descend back down. Inhale, back into your chair, Utkatasana. Sink your hips back, drop into your heels, lift your heart as you squeeze your glutes and lift your fingertips. Take 1 more inhale here, squeeze your thighs together, drop a little bit deeper into your chair. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, open twist, left side this time. Left arm comes back, right fingertips reach forward. Stay in your chair and inhale back to center. Lift your fingertips up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, make your way to downward facing dog through a vinyasa or a variation. I'm gonna do a tabletop variation this time. Pull forward if you're going through your chaturanga, your high to low plank. So you make space for your shoulders to come forward and your elbows to point back. And we meet in downward facing dog. Sometimes it serves us to go the mellower route in these transitions. So you can be a little more tapped inward or focused on something else besides the effortful part of the asana practice. Maybe you want that sometimes, maybe sometimes you don't. So what would serve you best? Let's head to the other side, friends. Inhale your left leg high, 3-leg dog. Straighten through your left leg and flex your left toes. Activate, turn on your quad. Pull your abs in tight towards your spine. Inhale. Exhale, find your low lunge. Step your left leg through and drop your back knee down. Inhale, crescent moon pose. Drop your tailbone as you lift your heart, stretch your fingertips up high. Tuck your back toes under. Take a one more inhale here. Exhale, crescent pose with airplane arms. Lift your back knee as you shine your heart forward. Kiss your shoulder blades together in the back. And as you hug your thighs toward the midline of your space, pull your abs in and feel that long line of energy from the back, from the ball of your back foot all the way through the crown of your head. And if you fall out of it because you're talking too much like me, it's okay, you can come right back in. From here, friends, inhale, rise up. Warrior two, windmill open, sink down into your left knee. Pause here, find that footing first. Your foundation is essential. So ground into the heel of your front foot, the outer part of your back foot, and then squeeze both your glutes to rotate both thighs outwards. So you can find that opening through your hips and add the opening through your heart by stretching your fingertips front to back. Gaze over your left hand. Inhale, sink on down. Exhale, extended side angle. Stretch forward, hinge from your hips. Go as far as you can first. Then drop down with your left arm, up with your right. So just like the other side, for this one, we're gonna pause a little bit and you can find the spot that works for you. So sometimes when we hold, the immediate sense is a little bit of discomfort. But as we stay and breathe and find that spot, your body will make adjustments. It'll make those little shifts that help create a little bit more space, a little bit more relaxed. Your top arm up, maybe forward, maybe bound. Just a few more breaths, finding whatever variation serves you. Come back to your breath. Notice how it can help soften your muscles. Yes, you can hold things. You can do things that are challenging. Press into both your feet, pull your abs in. Release your bind if you found one. Inhale, reverse your triangle, rise up. Straighten through your front legs, stretch, swap your arms, and then bump your back hip forward so your hips are parallel to the mat. Inhale here. And then exhale, find your way to downward facing dog. You decide how you get there. As you step your left leg back, maybe you go through a vinyasa, maybe just step it straight back. Nice choices. And then pedal out your feet, find in your spot in downward facing dog. Reset, recalibrate. And we're gonna flow through that. Nice little breath to movement in that sun bee that we just built. Inhale, come up to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Travel north to the top of your space. Inhale, rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's find our rhythm here, my friends. Inhale, find your chair. Sink your hips back, lift your fingertips high. Exhale, open twist to the right. Right arm back left, arm forward. Inhale, back to center chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Let your heart lead the way as you bow forward and then straighten your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Get there through a vinyasa if you want it, a high plank to low plank, or step right back. I'm gonna go through the knees down version today. All right, from down dog, inhale, right leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhale, low lunge. Pull your abs in to make that space. Drop your back knee down, keep your toes tucked. Inhale, find your crescent moon, stretch up. Exhale, crescent pose with airplane arms. Use your strong legs and abs to lift your back knee. Inhale, find that warrior two, windmill open. Sink into your right knee. Exhale, extended side angle. Drop your right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, reverse your triangle. We'll make one change here, friends. Stay in this triangle with your legs. Exhale, regular triangle pose. So front leg is straight, parallel your arms first, and then hinge from your hips and reach forward to the right. Keep a micro bend or a bigger bend in your right knee. It serves you, and then drop your right arm down, left arm up, and twist your heart open. So we basically, I'm gonna spin around. So we basically did this with our knee bent a moment ago,
This is just an opportunity to get a little deeper into your right hamstring. So your weight is shifted a little bit more towards the ball of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot. And as you ground onto your legs, feel your hips open up by squeezing your glutes. Beautiful. Option to put your right hand on your leg, a block, the side of a couch. Beautiful job. Let's rise back up, inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. High plank to low plank, or skip it, step straight back. We'll pause in down dog for a few while I spin round. You reconnect to you. We've done one side. A little breath to movement. As we move into the next side, I invite you to look for more ways to really hone in on that concept of just flow, of ease, of taking out anything that's unnecessary and just keeping it in with the essentials. The breath, the movement does not have to look perfect. Let it feel good in your body. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Travel up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Utkatasana. Exhale, open twist to the left. Stretch your fingertips. Find that ringing out of your spine. Inhale, come back to center chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Again, I'm gonna do the knees on the ground version. That feels the best in my body today. When you find that downward facing dog, we go right into it. Inhale, left leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhale, low lunge. Left leg comes through, drop your back knee down, keep your toes tucked. Inhale, crescent moon. Strong feet, strong abs. Exhale, crescent pose with airplane arms. Inhale, warrior two, windmill open. Left knee sinks down. Inhale, reverse, or exhale, extended side angle, my bad. Inhale, reverse triangle, there we are. And so we're gonna add the triangle again to this side. So keep your legs as they are. As you exhale, first parallel your arms and then hinge from your hips and pull forward to the left. Keep rooting into the ball of your front foot. Maybe you bend your knee. And then when you can't reach any more forward, then you come down with your left arm, up with your right. So plenty of options here. As we hold for just a moment, your left hand can be on your shin, maybe your thigh, maybe there's a bigger bend. Maybe you find that block, where you have something sturdy to help support you. And then when you found grounding and foundation through your feet, your legs feel solid, your left arm feels solid, then can you open your heart a little bit more by reaching your right fingertips high and kissing your shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse your triangle, rise up. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Any way you want to get there. You can build it up. You can take it slow. Let your breath move you into that spot. Gorgeous. Let's release a little heat. Take a big inhale. Big open mouth exhale here, friends. Stick your tongue out, let something go. Come back to your ujjayi. Sealing your lips together. A little more heat building as we continue our standing for a few more moments. On your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees and look forward between your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, travel up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find that chair for me once again, Utkatasana. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Sink your hips back a little bit more, bring your thumbs towards the center of your chest. Inhale, booty back, head forward. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Drop your left elbow down, right elbow up. So your left elbow is looking for the inside or the outside of your right thigh. If it doesn't serve, you can't make it today, maybe it's more of an upward twist and you focus more on the strength of your legs. So maybe your chair, it looks like this, maybe you're dropped down, maybe you wanna open your arms and fly. Yes, I see that, Donald, gorgeous. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, fold on forward, shake your legs out. Give them a break. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're just gonna do the same thing other side. Inhale, find your chair first to center and set everything up. Shift into your heels, squeeze into your glutes, draw your thighs together, pull your abs in. Inhale here. Exhale,
thumbs to your heart, elbows out wide. As you inhale, make space, sink your booty back, head forward, lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, twist left. Right elbow down, left elbow high. Can you drop your right hip a little bit back so your knees line up with one another? You can take a little peek. If that right knee's creeping forward, draw your right hip back. Maybe you fly. If you flew on the other side, you just want to try it on this side. Take one more inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Beautiful job. Inhale, curl up to standing nice and slowly. One vertebrae at a time. As we did at the beginning of class, roll your shoulders back. And then make a little twist. Turn to the long edge of your mat and step your feet out wide. Find a nice star pose here. Toes are out, heels are in, and then stretch your fingertips up. Like a nice bursting star. Fingers, toes, spreading out, stretching. Inhale here. Exhale, find your horse pose. Sink your hips down, send your knees out in line with your toes. You bring your hands to heart center, and you can rock into it. We'll get into the little hips for a little bit. Hug your glutes together. Just broaden your knees apart and lift your heart up to drop your tailbone down. Beautiful. Let's flow it back and forth. Inhale, star. Exhale, sink it low. Horse or goddess, whatever you identify with. Same pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink it low. One more time. Inhale, star. Exhale, bring your body down, knees bend. Inhale, back up to star. And from here, as you exhale, bring your arms parallel and point your toes forward. Keep a little bend in your knees so you have that stability, front, back, side to side with your feet. Take an inhale here, stretch long through your torso. As you exhale, keep your arms out as they are, twist left, and then start to hinge from your hips and drop down. Root into your feet and bend your knees as much as you need to find that stability. Your right hand's coming down towards your left leg, and it's gonna find whatever it needs to find. Your shin, the ground, your foot, and you're welcome to bend into your left knee to find a little bit more support and ease as you wring out right from your belly. Keep your left fingertips reaching towards the sky. Let's rise back up. Use your strong legs to hinge open from your hips. Come back up, arms out. Yes, you got it. Let's go to the other side, friends. Exhale, left arm comes down, heading towards your right foot. You can bend into your right knee so you can focus a little bit more on that twisting along your spine. Stretch your right fingertips to the sky. Holding here for a moment, press into both your feet. Inhale, rise back up, stretch. We're gonna head back to the other side. Exhale, descend, right hand heads towards left leg. Maybe you bend into your left knee. Twist your heart open to the left. Come back up to center. Inhale, rise. Take it right, exhale, twist, come down. Stretch your right fingertips, getting into our digestive tract, our large intestine. This one's great for keeping everything flowing smooth. Inhale, come back up. One more each side. Exhale to the left. Stay here for one big inhale. Remain for the exhale. Inhale to rise, root down with your feet. Keep your arms out if you can. Use those abs and legs. Yes, exhale. Come down to the right. Twist, ring out. Remain here for a full inhale. Stay for the exhale. Root down to rise up. Inhale. Gorgeous. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. Heel toe your feet to hips width so they're a little bit wider, not quite together. Root down evenly. Front, back, side to side in your feet, and then bring your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, side bend over to the right. So left arm stays high, right arm stays up, just like we did at the beginning of class. Root down with your feet and bump your left hip out to the left as you find a bigger stretch through that side. Come back up, inhale. Both arms rise. Exhale, stretch to the other side. And as you come down, if you're noticing your right shoulder rotating down, can you shine it back, a bigger side stretch. Come back to center, inhale. And find a flow with it, exhale. Side bend to the left. Press down more through your left leg to rise back up using your legs and abs. Exhale,
side bend to the right. I guess this would be side bend to the left. Right arm comes over. Inhale, come up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to center. As you exhale, arms come parallel one more time at shoulders length. And I'm gonna walk forward just to make sure that I don't bang into the wall. Take a nice big inhale here. As you exhale, twist to the right. Keep your arms out. Right arm comes back, left arm comes forward. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, twist to the right, left. Use your feet as your roots, your tree roots, so that you can wring out and twist right along your vertebrae. Exhaling right. Inhaling left, you find a flow and a pace that serves you. Beautiful. And start to slow your rhythm, come back to center one more time. Nice big inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to your sides and just take a pause here. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze. And just take a moment to center back into you, back to your breath. Where can you soften and find a little ease in your shoulders, ease in your footing? Take a nice big inhale here. Open mouth, exhale, let something go. Beautiful. Come back to the top of your space, my friends. We're gonna head to the ground. Inhale, stretch up, mountain pose. Exhale, find your forward fold. Let your heart lead the way. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Final opportunity if you want it for a high to low plank. We'll meet in tabletop. So maybe you come through your vinyasa one last time. And then come down tabletop. We've been here before. And then wag side to side. Inhale here. Exhale, sink your hips back. Find a seated position. I'm getting to a little hip opener here before we come lying down. So, butterfly pose. The soles of your feet are gonna come together. And the closer you bring your heels towards your groin, the tighter this will be. So you find something, a spot that serves you. Maybe your heels come a little bit further. And then maybe you flap your wings for a moment here. Hands on your ankles, ground down through your sit bones. Inhale to lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, hinge from your hips and gently move forward. Maybe you move a half of a millimeter. Find a little opening through the inside of both your hips, perhaps the outside too. And you can use your hands if you want to take it further and it feels okay in your body. You can use your thumbs to peel your soles of your feet towards the ceiling. Only if that feels good. Almost like you're reading a little book with your feet. Take an inhale here and an exhale. And then gently use your hands to help lift you back up to a seated position. Hands outside your knees. Use your hands to close your knees up like you're closing a book, and then spin around to the side of your mat. We're gonna head down onto our backs. Bring your hands behind you to help shift your hips forward so you have space for your head to land on your mat. I'm always missing the mark with that one. And then roll on down. Nice and easy peasy. One vertebrae at a time. And then from here, friends, we're gonna do a bridge pose, just a little heart opener action. So walk your feet in towards your bum. Feet are about in line with your hips. Root into your heels, bring your hands down by your sides, press the palms of your hands into the earth. Engage your abs inward and then tuck your tailbone under, scoop your belly up as you root into your heels and lift your hips up high. Nice little bridge pose. And pause here. So ground into your heels to activate your hamstrings. And then draw your knees towards each other. Isometrically pull your heels back towards your head and your tailbone towards your knees, towards the front of your mat. Maybe you let your shoulders melt into the earth. Lengthen through your neck. Maybe you grab your hands together underneath your bum and you rotate your shoulders under. Try not to move your head side to side once your hips are up. Take one more inhale here. And
then as you exhale, gently roll on down, vertebrae by vertebrae. One bone at a time. Draw your knees towards each other, walk your feet wide to the edges of your mat, broken bridge. One hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Come back, connecting to your breath. And if you still are using your yogic breath, now is a beautiful time to let it go and shift from heat building to cooling and calming. So longer, slower inhales and exhales. And from here, separate your knees, hips width apart, and then pull both knees into your chest for a moment. A little hug here, maybe rock side to side, hands on your knees for a little back massage, a little support. And then come back to center, grab a nice hug into your right knee. Your left foot, maybe your foot comes to the mat with your knee bent and that feels great. Or maybe you extend your left leg long if your lower back is cool with that. If not, keep your knee bent. And then either way, pull your right knee in towards your chest and then over to the right, towards your right armpit to add a little extra opening through your front groin, through your front body. Draw in a nice big inhale here as you rotate your right ankle around. And then as you exhale, supine twist. Use your hands to guide your right knee towards the left. Stack your right hip over your left. Prioritize your right shoulder coming back to the earth over your right knee, making it to the mat. And then maybe you gaze back over your right fingertips. We are in a twist, but we are actually focusing on neutralizing along the spine, which is why you want to send your right shoulder down. And then continue to soften and slow your breath. Take one more nice inhale here. And then exhale, gently come back to center. Maybe use your hands to guide your knee. And when you find your way back to your back, bring both knees into your chest momentarily so you can reset your spine. Maybe rock side to side once again. And then we'll take our left knee in for a big hug and send your right foot to the earth with your knee bent or your right leg long. Just let it feel good. Rotate your left ankle around as you give that knee a nice big squeeze in towards your body. And as you send it out to the left as well as in and up towards your chest, notice how that starts to open into your hips, into the front of your right thigh. If your leg is straightened, breathe into any tight spots here. And as you exhale, find that supine twist. Use your hands as guides to move your knee over to the right side, stacking your left hip over your right, and then bring your left shoulder back down, gaze over your left fingertips. Maybe you use your hand to start gently guiding your left knee towards the earth. Again, focusing on keeping your left shoulder down so it can be more gentle. Again, we're focusing on a little wringing out, a little bit more neutralizing of the spine versus the world's craziest, tightest twist. Take one more inhale and then gently find your way back to center. Bring both feet to the mat. Shift your hips around so they're neutralized and then bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side one more time. Flex your feet. Find a happy baby for me. Send your soles of your feet towards the sky. Bring your hands to wherever they can reach today. Maybe it's the backs of your thighs, maybe your ankles, maybe the outsides of your feet. And then use your arms wherever they have landed. Pull your knees down out to the sides of your body. Keep your feet flexed towards the ceiling. And maybe you stay right here in a nice, still, happy baby, and that feels good. Maybe you bring a little movement in there. Rock side to side. Or you can play around with bending and straightening your legs. My body wants a nice, gentle rock with knees bent, so that's where I'm going. And then gently make your way back to center one more time. Release your hands, release your hands and hug your body in tight like a little ball. Pull your nose up to your knees and squeeze and hug everything, your fingers, your toes, your ears, your eyes, your nose. Squeeze and take a moment to thank yourself for dedicating that whole hour to you, to be on your mat today, because you are always, always worth it. One more inhale here. Exhale, release down. Find your resting pose, your shavasana. Let your legs come out long. Let your shoulders really release down and melt. Take any last wiggles out of your body. Anything that feels good. A few moments of gentle integration of all your work. Don't mind the time. Enjoy your rest in shavasana. If you would like to stay in your rest and take a few more moments to yourself, please do. If you are ready to re-emerge, begin by allowing a gentle awareness of yourself back in your body, in the room, connected with your mat. Start to introduce any little movements that feel supportive and good. Perhaps you add a little wiggle to your fingers and your toes. And rotate your wrists and ankles gently around in a circle. No rush. Let it be easeful and good. And then gently stretch your arms above your head. Find a nice full body stretch into incredible, wonderful, amazing you. And then gently letting your arms come back down. Find a slight bend to your knees and roll to your side of choice. You can rise right up to a seat, or you can linger here for a moment. Take a breath or two. And then find your way back up to that comfortable seat option to keep your eyes closed if that feels good. And bring your hands to heart center, thumbs towards your chest, Anjali Mudra. As you head off your mat into the rest of your day, I invite you to take little moments to find your yoga practice on and off the mat, looking for those opportunities to bring a little more ease into the flow of life today. Maybe a little more deeper breaths, taking a little bit more time to do the things you're doing, enjoying the moment, whatever that means for you. It's always my goal to leave you a little better than I found you. I really hope that happened for you today. And the teacher in me honors and appreciates the teacher in you. Have a blessed, beautiful day. Bring your thumbs to third eye center between your brows. Inhale, look up. Om Shanti, Shanti Shanti Om. Peace, peace, peace. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, bow forward. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you, thank you.